Welcome to Get Ripped Collectibles.
Gator Dave, Gator Dave, Gator Dave. We are back. We got week 8 on the slate, brother. How you doing?
I'm well, Mike. Thank you. Week 8 coming at us. Gator Dave, Mike. It's we are here, and this broadcast brought to you with some duct tape. Rough day over there in the Miami Mike side, but he's pulled it together like a trooper, like a true hurricane, and he's ready to go, and we're both ready to go here tonight. So live on Wednesday nights, normally 7:30, but the duct tape night we're a little bit late, but that's all good. We're here.
That's right.
More time for those wagers rolling through Thursday and Friday night, so we're ready to rock. Don't forget to subscribe. We're there
Good
at
timing, Dave. Good timing.
105, Mike. We're at 105. So, and don't forget, hit the like button if you like what we're doing. And obviously, if you're here with us, like our dudes, Ian Gleason and Public House, right here with us. Join us in the chat. Say hi. Give us a shout out. Throw something at us. We're here. Let's see. Don't forget about the ticker down at the bottom. Rolling with the game. So if you're coming in on the tape broadcast, you can fast forward to a game you like if you need to down there, because that's the order at which we're rolling games out here today. So that's all about that. So let's see. Last week we a little bit better on the Gator Dave side. We were above 500, 5-1. So definitely improving. Miami Mike was in that medium range at 5-5. What were you, 5-5-2, Mike? So
5-5-2. 5-5-2.
Gator Dave gained a point. So we've got the badge is still there, but it's only 2 games. So plenty of time to jump on Gator Dave this week. So very, very excited for the week. Mike, what do we have? What do we have up here in the middle? It's a little something new for us. You want to kind of tell the folks what we got there?
Got some new graphics, man.
We
did a little switch up. We got a new layout, as you guys can tell with the stream. So we're testing something else out. We got in this middle section here. We're going to be running some stuff through. Ultimately, we're going to get to a point where when we start talking about games, we'll have a graphic for the game that we're talking about, so you can kind of get through it. Because with YouTube and live, it's a little difficult sometimes to do chapters after the fact. They're kind of funky a little bit. So that'll be nice to not only be able to see the ticker, but to kind of, if you're going through the video and kind of skipping through to find a game, you can kind of do that a little easier. So that'll be something to look forward to, hopefully, in the future. Like you said, duct tape, Dave. I am holding my mic this show, so sorry about it. I mean, it is what it is. It's like Dave said. It's been a day, so we're here though. We're here, and we're gonna talk some football. It's gonna be fun.
We are with a duct tape night. So let's we are heavy in Sunbelt to start this show off. We are starting with James Madison at Marshall. Okay, James Madison comes in at 6-0, man, 4-2 against the spread, and Marshall not too shabby at 4-2, but they're only 2-4 against the spread. Had some rough goes against that spread. James Madison, obviously, huge win over an undefeated Georgia Southern team. I think Miami Mike chalked up a win in that one last week, and Gator Dave took the defeat. So, but James Madison's on a roll. Marshall's big wins over ECU and Virginia Tech. They have lost their last 2 games against NC State and Georgia State. So Marshall's 86 in scoring, 54, 86 on scoring defense, and 54 on offense. James Madison comes in at 42. on scoring defense. They stopped the run quite well, which is, I think, play a big factor in this game, Mike. 28th in scoring offense, so they're rolling out there, but they don't run the ball. It's all about the passing game out there for them. When I looked at strength of schedule here, Mike, we've got James Madison at 102 and Marshall at 105, so they're both down there in the depths of things, right? So I don't think that's going to come into play here. Marshall's given up six. They've given up 6 runs of 50 yards or more, so that big play is out there. But, the thing to remember here is, they are playing in Huntington, West Virginia. It's tough playing in West Virginia sometimes. But JMU comes in with Jordan McLeod, throwing 65%. He's 14-3. Their running back, Keelan Black, is 410 yards rushing and 144 receiving. So he's that dual-purpose back that you really like out there. So I'm feeling it. Again, I think James Madison's going to do it again. They've got a lot better offense. They're built tough. They're kind of like that Ford F-150 there, Mike. Just too much for that Thunder and Herd. So give me the Dukes and minus 3.5 points there, Mike.
Yeah, Dave. Ultimately, I'm with you on this one. I thought about Marshall just for that aspect of midweek game. With it being on a Friday, well, it's not midweek, but being on a Friday, not a Saturday or Thursday. Actually, I think this one's Thursday.
Thursday.
There's always something screwy that happens, right, on those Thursday, Friday games, especially Tuesday, let alone Tuesday and Wednesday. We got Tuesday, Wednesday football games nowadays. It's ridiculous.
No,
but yeah,
Tuesday,
something screwy.
Thursday, Friday.
Something screwy always happens. It seems like so. I was really leaning Marshall to begin with. But I think the Dukes are on a mission here this year. I think they're on a revenge mission from last year. Marshall was one of those teams that beat them last year. So I think this one is, like Dion says, is personal for them, and they go in and get it done. I think they ignore the noise on Thursday and get out of there with a victory. I think it's a little low scoring, though. A little low scoring in that one.
Yep. But 3.5, I think we're safe. I think we're safe in that one, Mike. So, all right, let's look at that next game. Still sticking down there in the Sun Belt. We're going App State at Old Dominion. Both teams come in the game at 3-3, so we got that balance. App State's 2-3-1 against the spread, and ODU is 4-2 against the spread. Looking a little bit better. App State lost to Coastal last week. They were away, so they were at Coastal Carolina. Kept it close with Wyoming, and Wyoming's they're not playing out there. They haven't lost yet, so they're oh yeah, they did. They lost to Air Force last week, but it was a close game. But Wyoming doesn't play. App State also lost to Carolina by 6. Old Dominion beat the mighty Southern Miss Eagles last week by 4. Ooh-ah. They did lose to Marshall the prior week. They kept it close with Wake, who's kind of coming around as of late. Lost one last week. They only lost by 3 at home to Wake, but it was a loss. App State's lost 5 of its last 6 games, Mike, as a road favorite. Okay? They have failed to cover the spread in each of their last 6 games as a road favorite. Okay?
Not great.
None of the App State losses have come by less than 6 points. Old Dominion has not won a game by more than 7 points. So we got a lot of closeness there, right?
Right.
But with it being close, man, I just feel like going out on a limb, and that road favorite and the failure to cover coming into play here. I'm going Old Dominion and the 6.5, Mike. Going out on a limb here. What you think?
I think that is a limb, Dave, and I think that limb is going to break in half, and you're going to fall hard, brother. I like Appalachian State in this one, minus 6.5. I think they go into Old Dominion and get it done. Both teams are coming off a bye, so they both have had time to think about this one. and I think, if I'm not mistaken, both of them are coming off a loss as well. So they've had a long time in between games. They're going to be ready to go. I will say, though, for your Old Dominion pick, Old Dominion's played some tough teams, and they've played some tough teams, pretty well. So, granted, I think this one's going to be a good game. I'm going with the Mountaineers here to get it done. Give me the cover.
All right. Well, let's keep it real. And in the Sun Belt again. We're going Coastal Carolina at Arkansas State. So Coastal had, they had a pretty good year last year, but they're only 3-3 this year, as well as Arkansas State's only 3-3. Coastal is 4-2 against the spread. Arkansas State's 2-3-1, so not cooking on the spread. Coastal beat App State last week. So that was a good one. Lost to the two Georgia teams, right? They lost to Georgia Southern and Georgia State. Arkansas State lost to Troy last week by 33. They got their butt kicked. Prior to that, 3 wins against garbage teams. So Arkansas State's allowing 36.5 points a game. They are at 129th in defense in the country. And this is playing a crappy schedule, Mike. This team blows on defense. 3 wins come against teams. This is the 3 wins. They're 3-3, Mike. They come against teams with a combined record of 3-18. Woo, powerhouses. Coastal beat ASU the last 2 times they played. However, lost 4 of their last 5 road games. That's a little bit concerning because they are on the road at the mighty Arkansas State. And they're allowing 23.7 points on their defense. I know 10.5 is a lot of points, Mike, but give me Grayson McCall to take care of business on the road and cover them 10.5 points. I'll take Coastal and minus 10.5. What do you think?
Yeah, this is one that I was really, really hoping you were going to be on the opposite side of, because I like Coastal to absolutely destroy them in this game. Arkansas State can't stop a nosebleed, and their offense can't score the football. Not a great combination going against Grayson McCall, who, as of late, actually looks like the Grayson McCall that we thought we were going to get. He's been more consistent, looking more like a first-round draft pick like he was projected at one point. I'm with you. Give me the Chanticleers here, Gator Dave, minus 10.5.
I like it, Mike. All right, let's stay down there, and we're going one more game down there in the
keep it in the Sun Belt, baby. Let's keep it in the South.
We are Sun Belt heavy this week on the show, so we are going ULM, University of Louisiana-Monroe, playing Georgia Southern. All right. Georgia Southern is getting 17 points, Mike. So ULM is a pitiful 2-4 on the year, 3-3 against the spread. Georgia Southern down the road, the party school, is 4-2 and 4-2 against the spread, so it's holding up, right? ULM has lost their last 4 games in a row. Georgia Southern's only 2-2 in their last 4 games. ULM, 18.5 points they're scoring a game. They are a freaking scoring machine, dude. And they're giving up 31. Georgia Southern scoring 31 a game and giving up 23. But keep doing your math. You guys out there, do your math, because you'll understand my pick in a minute. ULM is not going to score over 13 points in this game, because I started doing all the math, based off of Georgia Southern, where they are. 13 is the max ULM is going to score. Okay. Georgia Southern scores around 30 because they're averaging 31. What's that, Mike? 30, 13, 43. The over-under's 59, Mike. 59. Gator Dave has his first lock of the night. Give me the under 59 Gator Dave lock. Boom. What say you, sir?
I kind of like it. I think the problem is Georgia Southern could put up 50 on their own in this one. ULM, not that great of a team. They're also coming off a tough loss last week where they should have won that game. Georgia Southern, also tough, coming off of a real tough loss against that James Madison team like we talked about last week and earlier in the show here. It's going to come down to quarterback play for Georgia Southern. I mean, if Bryn, last game against James Madison, he had some bad picks. He hadn't had those, bad interceptions, I should say. He hadn't had those since the Wisconsin game. He cleaned it up, and he was dealing up until last week. So it'll be interesting to see if they carry that over to this week. I don't think they do. I think being at home helps them tremendously. I think ULM losing that game the way that they did is a little heartbreaking because they have had a rough season so far. Give me Georgia Southern minus the 17 here, Gator Dave. I think they cover at home in the Borough. That party school is going to bring home a dub, all right? Give me the Eagles minus 17. Let's do it.
Lots of points there, Miami Mike. Lots of points. I'm glad you feel comfortable. All right, let's see. We're going to go up north now to the Mighty Mac. So we are going Toledo at Miami of Ohio. So Toledo comes in this game favored by 1.5. So both teams, same records. Okay, 6-1. So 6-1 each. If you look at the MAC, they got all these teams, 2 different divisions. These teams are at the top of both at 6-1. Toledo, Miami of Ohio. Okay. Now listen to this. Toledo is only 2-5 against the spread. Miami 6-1 against the spread. Toledo's loss came in the first game of the year against Illinois. You know, obviously big boy lead, not that great of a big boy lead, and they only lost by 2 damn points, so 30-28. Miami of Ohio's loss to Miami Mike's Hurricanes whooped that butt 38-3 first game of the year. Then Miami of Ohio beat Cincinnati by 7, although Cincinnati's now kind of traipsing back a little bit, but they are a Power 5 now. Toledo leads the MAC in offense, okay, at 36.9 points per game. Ohio has the best defense at 13.4 points per game. So you got the best offense against the best defense clashing right there. They do have one crossover game against the mighty Western Michigan. Miami won 34-21, 13-point difference. Toledo 49-31, 16-point difference. So we kind of got a wash there. Thus the 1.5 points, right? Miami of Ohio, 26th ranked scoring defense, 47th on offense. Toledo, 36th on defense, 18th on offense. When I looked at strength of schedule, they both are total garbage, 120 and 128. So I'm getting a coin out, Mike, here, and I'm going to go with the home team and give me 1.5 in the home team, Mike. I'm going with the Miami of Ohio Redhawks at plus 1.5.
I love to hear that, Dave. I love to hear it because my mother is a Miami Redhawk alum, good sir. So that is the tipping point in this one for me. We're going to Redhawks.
Yes.
Miami of Ohio. That's right, baby. That's right. You gotta love Mama. Gotta love Mama.
Team. That's a fine reason to go.
So Miami of Ohio, give them to me. I will make one note though. This, interestingly enough, this team hasn't played in over 10 years. These two teams, both in the MAC in separate divisions.
Really?
This could definitely be. Yeah, I think the last time they played was 2011 was the last time they played. Toledo waxed them.
Yeah.
Absolutely waxed
That's
them.
crazy. That's a long time ago. Don't matter.
So,
Don't
yeah.
matter.
So, real interesting, too. You know, two Ohio teams. There is a rivalry there. You know, it's going to get a little rowdy.
It's going to be a great MAC game.
Give me
great
the Redhawks.
Yep. Hey, we got Evelyn Johnson join the chat, and we got Hindu back here. Miami Mike's mustache makes me want to drink scotch and deliver the news. You tell him there, Hindu. All right. So, cheers, my friend. All right, thanks for being here, guys. And of course, we talked about the Redhawks, and that is that Big Ben's team, Ian? Redhawks, or was he Toledo?
That is Big Ben's team, dude. Right. That is big teams.
Big
and
Ben.
The Gabbert family. Gabbert brother is their quarterback. Bringing it home. Okay. I'm telling you.
All right, here we go. Hey.
We
are now going to the military schools. We are going Air Force at Navy, Mike. Air Force coming in, getting 10.5 points. Oh, my God. And by the way, Air Force is 6-0, 4-2 against the spread. The midshipmen come in at 3-3, 2-4 against the spread. Air Force has been over the spread in 5 of the last 6 games. Air Force had a huge win last week over Wyoming. We talked about that on the call last week. You know that Wyoming's looking really good, and sure enough, Wyoming got whooped by Air Force. So it was so Air Force now is leading in the Mountain West. Air Force is 9th ranked in scoring defense, so they come in with a hot defense. 17th on the offense. Navy comes in at 47th on defense, 115 on offense. Ugh. All right, strength of schedule, and they're both in the hundreds, so let's scratch that one. Quarterback, Zake Larrier for Air Force, quite questionable with lower leg injury. His backup is his senior, though. That's why I stuck with this one, Mike. His backup is senior, Jensen Jones, had a crappy game last week. A couple of turnovers. Rushed for 23 yards, turned the ball over. Navy's starting quarterback, however, left their game with a rib injury. So I'm calling it a wash, Mike. So here's another fun fact. 9 of the 12 games played between these two teams have gone over 37.5 points. Okay? 9 of 12. Okay?
Okay. I hear you.
This over-under is 34. So Gator Dave is taking the over 34 points in this game, sir.
I think you're crazy, dude. I think you just named a whole bunch of stuff as to why you should be on the under, and that's exactly what I'm on in this one, Dave. We're going the under. Did you know, fun fact, Mr. Military Man, since 2006, when the service academies play each other in general, so that means Navy, Army, Army, Air Force, Navy, Air Force, Army, I think that's all of them, 10-40 to the under, Gator Dave. 80% to the under. What you just mentioned, they got the backup quarterbacks going. They're going to run the ball. It's going to be about maintaining possession in this one. Give me the under 34. We're going to rock with it.
All right. So, folks, this one's a major head-to-head that I'm really going to call out here, and I want you all to remember what Miami Mike's saying about this game next week. So when we hit this one, because it's 34 points. It's not Iowa, Mike. It's not Iowa. All right. Boom.
Watch, dude.
Here we go.
Watch. Speaking of, that was on my short list for this week. Iowa.
Yeah,
guess what I'm on in that game? The under, Dave. The under.
Yeah.
The under. It's the third lowest spread of all time in that game. That Iowa-Minnesota game. You know the number one? Iowa, Minnesota.
Yeah, there you go. So
There you
yeah,
go, baby.
that's
It's
a
gonna
nugget out there. Iowa, Minnesota, totally agree. Under, way under the ground.
bonus play.
That's probably under 20. All right, let's talk about a game that might have a little offense, Mike. So we're talking Colorado State at UNLV. UNLV getting 8 points. Colorado State's 3-3, 3-3 against spread. UNLV rocking it at 5-1 and 6-0 against the spread, Mike. 6-0. Almost just a gimme. It's almost a gimme, Mike. Colorado State beat Boise last week, lost to Utah State by 22 weeks prior. They kept it close with Colorado in that running, gunning game we saw out there. UNLV's only loss was to Michigan, and they got whooped by 28. They've handily won their last 4 games, averaging by an average of 20 points, Mike. They've won by 20 points the last 4 games. Of the 12 games these two teams have played this year, 11 of the 12 games were over the points. Gator Dave, lock over, and I know it's 64, but I got to go. I'm going the over 64 points on this game, Mike. There's no defense here.
Yep, I tend to agree with you on this one, sir, and I did agree with you, but I got some ground I got to make up here, sir. I got some ground to
let's do this.
To get back.
Let's do this.
So I am going to take the UNLV team total over 35.5. UNLV in their 6 games has scored over 40 points in 5 of them. The only one they didn't, they played Michigan. Give me UNLV team total over 35.5, but I like your overplay too. I think Colorado State is definitely able to put up some points.
Yeah, I like yours too, because remember the little stat I just threw out there? They won by an average of 20 points a game. So good call there, Mike. I think we got 2 great bets here, sir. Loving it. Let's go next game, Gator Dave, alma mater, the Memphis Tigers. Go Tigers. Taking on UAB at UAB. Tigers getting now 6.5 points. It was like 4.5 a day ago. Now it's 6.5. Guess all that money going on Memphis, but we'll see. All right. Tigers come in at 4-2. And they are 4-2 against spread. UAB comes in at 2-5, 4-3 against the spread. Tigers' big wins over Boise State, Navy, lost to Tulane last week in a firefight, lost to Mizzou by 7. UAB's lost 4 of their last 5 games. Okay. They did win over USF. They lost to UTSA by 21 last week. So they're on the mend. Got a lot of work to do. Memphis comes in 47th ranked defense, 32nd on offense. UAB, Mike, their defense 1-2-8. Repeat, 1-2-8 defense. There's only 133 total teams. Their defense is bad, dude. 57th on offense. When I look at strength of schedule, actually UAB's played a little bit tougher strength of schedule than Memphis, and they've got their ass kicked. 73 and 90 on strength of schedule. So to me, that's not a consideration when you look at their defenses and offenses. Memphis a lot better defense. UAB just has not got it done on defense, and I think the Tigers going to run up the score and beat those Blazers handily and cover the 6.5 points there in Birmingham. So give me my Memphis Tigers to cover 6.5. What do you think,
Well, I got
Mike?
to tell you about your Tigers. They are on a 4-game against the spread losing streak, Dave. Did you know that? Not great, bud. Not great. But I'm with you
I
here. I
bet on
like the
UAB.
Tigers. Nope. Can't do it. Can't do it. I like the Tigers minus 6.5. I think their ability to run the ball is ultimately going to make the difference because it's going to set up that play action, that pass game. I like the Tigers here to get it done, minus the 6.5. I think they have the potential. If they get on them early, it could be over pretty quickly. So, yeah, give me the Tigers.
All right. Let's start up with the big boy football and go to Power 5 now. So we're gonna go up there to the north.
Is that really did we not do any? We didn't have any Power 5 teams out of our first 8 games.
No, unfortunately. Well, hey, we both were Sun Belt driven. You too, me too, Sun Belt. We're starting to be Sun Belt experts, Mike. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, here we are. We're gonna go to the Big Ten. We're gonna go Mike's favorite team, Rutgers, playing at Indiana. Okay, and Rutgers getting 5.
I need another drink for this one, man.
No, you should. You really should. So Rutgers comes in at 5-2. Mike, Rutgers is 5-2. Did I get that right?
You did.
They're 5-1-1 against the spread. Indiana is 2-4. 2-4 against the spread. Rutgers beat Michigan State, the mighty Michigan State, by 3. They beat Virginia Tech, Mike, by 19, dude. 19. However, they did lose to Wisconsin by 9. Michigan by 24. Indiana, here we go. 2 easy wins over podunk teams, but they lost to Michigan by 45. They lost to Maryland by 27. They lost to OSU, the Ohio State, by 20. Not looking too good there, Mike. Rutgers is going to be a little too much for Indiana, Mike. I'm going to take Rutgers to cover them 5 points quite easily at your probably leadership there. What do you think?
They definitely need some leadership. I can tell you that. I've bet on Rutgers the last 2 weeks, and it is some of the most stressful football I've ever watched in my entire life, dude. I swear to God. Man, if you want a roller coaster and you want to raise your blood pressure a little bit, this game is for you.
And on Rutgers. Hey, Mike, they're 5-2, bro.
Yeah, and here's the thing. So they're 5-2, right? So they need 1 win to be bowl eligible. They got 5 opportunities to do it, right? Yeah, here's their upcoming schedule, like you said. Ohio State, Iowa, Penn State, Maryland. This is it. They have to get this win. If they don't get this win, they'll have a shot maybe against Maryland at that end-of-season game. I think they got to get it here. I'm with you. I like Rutgers minus 5, but oh my God, dude. I may do anything else in the world but watch this game because it is if you bet Rutgers, Indiana, the over, the under, if the mascots are on the sideline, it is going to be stressful. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to be fun. You're going to want to throw up. Scarlet Knights minus 5. Go Greg Schiano.
I'm trying to remember, Mike, because I think that was that a game that we were like at odds with? Let me see. What did Rutgers?
No, that was the game last
Rutgers, week. I picked the over. I picked the over.
You were fine. Yeah, you were fine, dude. Yeah, and I think I had them
-5, and they won by like what 3 or 4 or something or 5. Was that one of your pushes, dude?
You're smart, Dave. You're quick, dude. You're quick. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, all right?
Picking up on it. I'm picking up on it. Picking up where you're laying down there, Mike. Picking it up.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Stressful times. And then they had Wisconsin before. It's been a roller coaster, dude. I'm telling you, it's going to be rough.
You're the one that threw this game out here, bud. So, what do you do to us?
I'm addicted to toxicity, Dave. What can I say?
Okay, okay. So you're addicted to Scarlet Knights. All right. So let's get into the 3 big boy games coming up next. We have Mike's team. We got Mike's team coming in.
Unfortunately, dude, you threw that on there, and I'm not going to forget that. By the way, when the time comes,
did I bet? Did I bet against your team, folks?
it's fine. It's fine. No. Go ahead.
Listen to my bet.
Please finish.
It was not a slam against mine. Here we go. Clemson -3 at Miami. Okay, both teams come in at 4-2. Clemson is only 2-4 against the spread. Miami's one better at 3-3 against the spread. Clemson's losses to Duke and FSU. Miami's losses to Georgia Tech, don't even count that, and North Carolina, probably the best team in the ACC. Miami, 25th best in scoring defense. Should be proud, Mike. 13th in scoring offense. Clemson, 27th on defense, 2 worse than Miami, and only 43rd on offense. So, looking at it there, you see what we got. Strength of schedule, here's where we get in a problem. Clemson's strength of schedule is 32nd. Miami's is 66th. So, and let me kind of point out this, because this worked for me a little last week, Mike. I pulled some numbers. These strength of schedule, basically what it takes is how good are the teams that the team has played so far this year, and their rankings. Okay, so
right.
It worked last week, but so we got 32, we got 66. So to me, it's kind of clashing with Miami's really good defense and offense versus Clemson. So I'm kind of back to the middle again. Okay, both teams have decent offenses, 27 and 25th, right? But interesting fact, Mike, these two teams have combined for over 50 in 9 of the 12 games played. Okay? This over-under is 48. Give me the over 48 points in this game, Mike, and I'm going to tell you, this is a Gator Day block.
Wow. Yeah. So it's been a interesting couple weeks here, as a Miami fan, I gotta say. So I'm a little nervous about this one. I had Miami last week against North Carolina. Obviously, they couldn't get it done. We had some bad turnovers. We keep just shooting ourselves in the foot. Point blank period. We keep getting on our own way. And until that gets cleaned up, I'm not real comfortable taking us. Having said that, I am not going to take Clemson because that's just downright disrespectful and against everything in my being. So I'm with you. I'm going to take the over here. I think our defense is going to be able to make plays, but I think they're going to be aggressive. They're going to want to make plays a little too much in this one, and that's what worries me. So I think Clemson's going to definitely be able to score. I see them being able to get at least 24, if not more. I see Miami's having success too. I will say, though, Dave, for the over, Tyler Van Dyke, the quarterback for Miami, supposedly has a right knee injury after that game last week against North Carolina. He was limping a little bit in the end of that one. Unfortunately for him, it seems like he's always got something going on. He's also got torn ligaments in his throwing hand and like his middle finger that he's had since fall camp. So, if he plays the full game, I feel pretty comfortable about the over. I think our offense will be able to do something on that defense. Our O-line has been playing tremendously. But if he can't, it's gonna get real interesting real quick. And from what I've seen attendance-wise, it's potentially not gonna be the best game. Just hear me out on this one. We're having a whiteout for this game. First off, I don't think we're wearing white. We're wearing orange. Doesn't really make sense. And if it's not a sellout, it's just you're gonna see a bunch of white and you're gonna see a bunch of teal seats. It just I get what they're trying to do, but after the last 2 weeks, like, Miami fans are fickle. On a Saturday night in Miami, there's a lot more that you can do besides go spend $100 to watch your team lose, and that's been the history for the last 20 years. So if Mario and the Canes are able to win this game and win games like this, that's going to change. They did it earlier with Texas A&M, and you saw how attendance, was on the up and up. These last 2 weeks have really kind of blew the wind out of the sails of their momentum. They win this game, bandwagon's back full. I'm telling you. Yeah. I don't know if they got this one. So it's going to be a great game. It's going to be another one that's going to raise my blood pressure. But I'm with you. I like the over.
Yeah, and that 3 points is so, it's 3 points either way to me. It's like this game's going to be freaking 34-31, 30-27. I'm telling you, whoever wins is only going to win by 3, and I just think it's going to be one of those shootouts, and I think Miami leads it. If Van Dyke's okay, and they're gonna lead. They're gonna be the aggressor, and Jimbo's gonna have to go. That's why I think this over is a great pick.
Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about our ability to stop Will Shipley. He has had a lot of success against us over the years. I will say though, Cade Klubnik.
This year, man.
Cade Klubnik taking a page out of Gabbert's quarterback from Miami of Ohio and talking a little shit in the press conferences. Says he's looking forward to whooping that ass. So we'll see if Miami takes note of that and comes to play. I sure hope they do. So, all right, moving on. We got 2 left here, Dave. We're going to your favorite conference.
We got 2 left. We're going to the SEC, baby. So we're going to start with the Ole Miss Rebels at the mighty Auburn Tigers / War Eagles. So Ole Miss getting 6.5 now. It's gone up a little bit. Ole Miss is 5-1. They're 4-1 against this. No, 4-2 against 4-2 against the spread. Auburn is 3-3, 2-4 against the spread. Hadn't really held up their end of the bargain. One thing I do want to point out that Mike and I were talking about earlier is, if you remember last year, it was about this game or the next game where Ole Miss started their plunge. Everybody thought we were all about Ole Miss, and they started plunging. So just keep that in mind. Ole Miss big wins over LSU in the shootout. They beat Arkansas. Auburn's lost their last 3 games. Okay, they've lost to LSU, Georgia, Texas A&M. And Texas A&M, they're not that good. Auburn's signature win, Mike, the Cal Bears. That's their signature win this year. All right. Ole Miss, 57th on defense, 8th on offense. Auburn, 51 on defense. Their defense is respectable, but their offense just about blows, Mike. They're 75th. They had a good game they had a good game plan against the Bulldogs. That was about it. But they still suck. Strength of schedule. Listen to this. Ole Miss strength of schedule is 6th. Auburn's is 28th. So when you look at the numbers, you got to kind of do that math. Auburn did give Georgia a game. We saw that. And it's we all know it's not that easy to play on the plains, but Auburn's their rebuild, right? We got a new coach, he's got a long way to go, and that offense it's inept, it sucks. Give me the Rebels and 6.5 points there, Mike. They'll probably win by 10 at least.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the Rebels also in this one, but like you said, this is a game that historically in the past under Lane Kiffin, they have blown. In these games that they're supposed to win, they have lost. I personally have this game a lot higher spread than just the 6.5 that it is right now. I got it really closer to 10, if not more. The issue here is Auburn's quarterbacks. They have not been able to find consistency throwing the ball at all. I don't know what Peyton Thorne did at Michigan State to warrant Auburn wanting to accept him as a transfer. I don't know if they were desperate or what, but he's not performed any better than he was there. It's SEC football.
Yep.
And he's averaging about 120 yards a game passing right now. They've tried Robbie Ashford at quarterback. He can't get it done. They're having issues running the football. Unfortunately for Hugh Freeze, this is also a little bit of a revenge game. You know, he used to be Ole Miss's head coach, Auburn's head coach now, Hugh Freeze. He had the scandals, which ultimately led to him getting fired. Unfortunately for him, I think he's going to get his ass kicked in this one. I'm with you. I like the Rebels to go in and handle business and kind of turn over a new leaf that, you know, they may be finally making progress. Because in the next 3 weeks, they also play Texas A&M and Georgia. So, little shaky here.
Yeah.
It's going to get rough.
Yeah,
so they need this one.
If they can beat Texas A&M, could be one of those nails in the Jimbo coffin. If they beat Texas A&M, I'll tell you now. All right, last game, SEC game, big game, Tennessee at Bama. So the line has gone up to 8.5 for Bama. So the Vols come in 5-1, 4-2 against the spread. Bama is 6-1, 4-3 against the spread. Vols took care of Texas A&M at home by 7. That game's not looking that great now. They beat South Carolina by 21. And guess who they lost to, Mike? My Gators, thank you. All right. So the Tide, they won all their games except that loss to Texas at the beginning of the year. They got by Archie last week by only 3. It was like they went to sleep in the second half. You know, they only beat Texas A&M by 6 on the road. Big wins are against the Mississippi teams, right? Mississippi State and Ole Miss. Alabama defense is pretty decent this year, but the offense has had issues, right? They've had trouble protecting Milroe. Milroe's not exactly throwing it all over the field. He's been sacked 4 times in each of the last 4 games. Okay. The Tide didn't score in the last 21 minutes against Arkansas, which is concerning. I think the line of that, 8.5 is inflated a bit. I think it's too much. You know, because everybody thinks it's the revenge factor, you know, oh my God, you know, Saban, you know, he can't lose twice to Tennessee and so on and so forth. So I think it's definitely inflated. The Vols won last year 52-49 at home. But guess what? There ain't no hidden hooker. Tennessee's only 1 TD last week in the entire game against Texas A&M, who blows. They've only played 1 road game this year, Mike. They've only played 1 road game this year. And they got spanked by my Gators. So, they have lost 9 straight games at Bama. Okay? So, you kind of see where I'm leaning, right? Kind of see where I'm leaning. I'm going to go. Give me Tennessee under 20 team points. That's where I'm going in this game, Mike. Tennessee under 20 as a team, sir. What say you?
I say you're wrong, brother. I think Tennessee's going to be able to have success against this Alabama defense. They put up 52 against them last year. Now, granted, I'm with you. That was Hendon Hooker. You can't look at last year's stats and really put them to this one. It's new teams, especially with the transfer portal. It's a little crazy. However, this is a team that can look back on last year and basically that intimidation factor of Alabama and going to Tuscaloosa and having to beat Nick Saban. They've been there. They've done that. You know, they won it at home last year. This is an Alabama team that's really reeling, like you said. This Tennessee team on defense is averaging 4 sacks a game. Like you mentioned, that O-line for Alabama, not too great right now. And I don't know if you watched the end of that Tennessee-Alabama game last week, Dave. Alabama had a false start on a kneel down. When they were going to kneel down that game last week against Arkansas, they had a false start. So there's total problems down in Tuscaloosa right now. They have a lot to work out. And I think, unfortunately, Tennessee might catch them slipping in this one. I think 8.5 is way too much, like you said. Give me Tennessee plus 8.5 here to get the cover and potentially get the win.
I think it might be a good call, Mike. I mean, I'm thinking 8.5 is too much. I think Bama's going to win, but I think it's going to be 7 or less. So you got that extra 1.5, Mike. I think you're barking up the right tree, sir.
You know what number just came into my head, sir, which would help us both?
What's that?
21-17 Alabama. So
21-17 Alabama. I'll take that. I'll take that. Loving it. All right. Well, Mike, that gets our 12 games there, brother. What do you think?
That does. Let me go ahead and throw up the recap here, and we can go through it one time real quick. So we're both on James Madison here against Marshall on Thursday night. I'm on App State. You are on Old Dominion. We're both on Coastal Carolina, keeping the train rolling with Grayson McCall. You like the under in the Georgia Southern ULM game. I'm on Georgia Southern minus 17. We're both on the Red Hawks in Miami of Ohio plus 1.5 against Toledo. You are on Air Force Navy over. I am on the under in the service, one of the first Service Academy games of the year. Colorado State, UNLV, you like the over total game at 64. I also kind of like that, but I like the team total for UNLV a little bit more at 35.5. We're both on Memphis. We're both on Rutgers. We're both on Clemson, Miami over. We're both on Ole Miss. Tennessee, you are on the under 20 for team total, and I'm on Tennessee plus 8.5, sir. And that is our 12.
All right. Sounds good. If you like the Sun Belt, bet them. Throw that money out on the Sun Belt. Hey, we're feeling mighty fine about our Sun Belt League as we've been doing a lot of research and working with those teams. So it's a good week. It is. But it's a good week, very exciting week as we move into week 8 this year. We definitely want to thank everyone that has participated in tonight's call, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you kind of get that notice when we're dropping on here, and like what you see. Give us feedback at all if there's anything that you guys want to see or change. Like Mike said, we're gonna be doing a few things different there in the graphics. So kudos go out to Mike for the work he's done and the work that's soon to come up there. So look forward to another week, and look forward to heading down to God's country in Florida on Saturday, and spending some time in Panama City for a week, and then rolling in next week to Jayville for the cocktail party. So more to come on our call next Wednesday to discuss that very interesting game in Jacksonville.
That's right. All right, sir. Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that's watched. Please, if you haven't, like Dave said, like, subscribe, drop us a comment. Really helps us out. Tell us if you liked it. Tell us if you didn't. Tell us what you want to see. We'll make it happen for you. Week 8, we're done, baby. Go Canes. I just also wanted to say real quick, we didn't really get a chance to do it. We are under 1 hour for this show, by the way. But I had a brain fart, and I didn't get to it, so I apologize. I'm going to do it anyway now. Boom. Shop, CYA.com. Make sure to get your bag today. Get Stadium ready. I don't have 2 hands because I have to hold my mic today because we're going through it a little bit. But this snaps off. It's a clear bag. It's a clear bag. You can take it through security, snap it back on, cover your assets. ShopCYA.com. There's all sorts of designs. I got tie-dye because I like tie-dye. I think they're cool. But there's all sorts on there. Make sure to check it out. See if your team is there. Yeah. Thanks again for watching. ShopCYA.com. Check it out. Good luck in week 8. Gator Dave, we are out.
Yes,
sir.
Shop CYA. You're at, cover those assets. And, let's have another good week. And go Gators.
Go Canes, baby. Go Canes. Get one. Come on. All right.